In 2018, Carlos Ghosn was arrested. Of all the cultural cues he misread in Japan, this silent code cost him the most. The split between Honne and Tatemae. Meetings were held, heads nodded, but beneath the surface, something was going wrong. He didn't hear the growing displeasures, the no hidden inside the public praises, the yes. The consensus he thought he'd secured, it never existed. And in Japan, a misread silence can cost everything.
Honne, meaning true sound, your authentic thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Tatemae, built facade, the socially acceptable position you present to maintain group harmony. Tatemae protects the group. Honne protects the self. Two truths, one voice. Here's what Western executives get wrong. They think Tatemae is deception. It's not. It's a sophisticated cultural mechanism that prioritizes collective stability over individual expression. In Japanese business culture, both truths coexist simultaneously, and fluent professionals navigate between them with surgical precision. One channel maintains social harmony, the other preserves authentic relationships. Master both or master neither.
It emerged from Japan's hierarchical Confucian structures, where direct confrontation could destabilize entire social orders. During the Edo period, maintaining social harmony, became essential for survival in tightly controlled communities. But here's the critical evolution. Modern Japanese business culture transformed this survival mechanism into a strategic advantage. While Western cultures developed direct feedback systems, Japan developed inferential intelligence, the ability to communicate complex truths through layered signals. Ruth Benedict documented this in The Chrysanthemum and the Sword. Japanese culture operates on what she called situational ethics, where truth adapts to context, not the reverse. This isn't moral flexibility. It's contextual precision. The result? A business culture where reading between the lines isn't a skill, it's a requirement. But why does this system persist in a high-stakes business environment? Because it solves a fundamental psychological tension. How do you preserve relationships while managing disagreement? Honne protects authentic self-expression. Tatemae protects group cohesion. The genius lies in the separation. You can disagree privately while maintaining public unity.
Doi Takeo's research reveals the emotional logic. Japanese professionals experience amae, the need for benevolent acceptance, which makes direct confrontation psychologically costly. Tatemae allows dissent without rejection. Honne allows intimacy without chaos. For Japanese executives, this isn't emotional suppression, it's emotional architecture, building relationships that can withstand disagreement, because disagreement doesn't threaten the relationship structure itself. Let's decode how this plays out in real negotiations. When Sony acquired Columbia Pictures in 1989, American executives heard Japanese counterparts say, "This partnership has interesting possibilities." Western interpretation, cautious optimism. Japanese reality, significant reservations requiring extensive behind-the-scenes resolution.
The Americans proceeded based on Tatemae, the public position. The Japanese expected follow-up conversations to address Honne, the private concerns. Result? Years of integration problems that could have been prevented. Here's the pattern. In Japanese business meetings, the real negotiation happens in 3 phases. First, Tatemae establishes the public framework. Second, private discussions reveal Honne concerns. Third, synthesis creates a solution that honors both truths. Skip phase 2 and you're negotiating with shadows. SoftBank's Masayoshi-san demonstrated this mastery during the WeWork investment. Publicly supportive Tatemae, privately diagnostic Honne, leading to strategic repositioning when problems emerged.
How do you detect when Honne and Tatemae are diverging? Watch out for these signals. That's an interesting perspective. It often means, I disagree but won't say so directly. We'll consider it carefully. This frequently translates to, it needs significant modification. It has potential, which can mean it's not ready. Extended pauses after your proposals. Subtle head tilts instead of nods. Questions about timing or process when you expected content discussion. When decision makers defer to further consultation. When enthusiasm doesn't translate to concrete next steps. When positive meetings don't generate follow-up communications. The key recognition principle: if the emotional energy doesn't match the verbal agreement, you're hearing Tatemae, while Honne remains hidden.
When you detect Honne Tatemae divergence, resist the impulse to force direct disclosure. Instead, create safe channels for authentic communication. The private follow-up. I want to ensure I understand your perspective completely. Could we discuss any concerns privately? This signals respect for the dual system. The hypothetical frame. If there were obstacles to this approach, what might they be? This allows Honne expression without Tatemae violation. The third-party channel. Use intermediaries, often junior staff or external consultants, to surface authentic concerns without direct confrontation. Remember, you're not trying to eliminate Tatemae. You're trying to access Honne while respecting the system that protects it.
Next time you're in a meeting with Japanese colleagues, pause after positive responses. Hold the space silently to sense unspoken concerns. Don't ask directly. Let subtle cues and silence reveal what words may not.
Want to dig a little deeper?
Stay with us as we decode the nuances of Japanese business culture.